Hello, I'm Mr. Ferlisi. Today we're going to learn about the letter I. The letter I makes more than one sound. For the short I sound, we're going to pretend that we have an itch and we're going to scratch that itch like this. Eh. For the long I sound, we're going to pretend to pedal a bike. Bike has the long I sound in the middle. I. Let's begin. My iBook by Jane Belk Moncure, illustrated by Linda Hohack. Little I had a box. I will fill my box, she said. Little I went skip, skip, skip up a hill. What sound do you hear in the middle of the word skip and hill? She found inchworms, lots of little inchworms. The inchworms wiggled and wiggled. What wiggly inchworms, she said. What sound do you hear at the beginning of inchworms? She put the inchworms into her box. Then little I found iguanas, lots of iguanas. What sound do you hear at the beginning of iguanas? The iguanas wiggled. What wiggly iguanas, she said. She put the iguanas into the box with the inchworms. The inchworms were not happy. Out they jumped. The iguanas jumped out too. Away they went. Little I could not find the inchworms or the iguanas. They were hiding. Then little I found an igloo. She put the igloo into her box. What sound do you hear at the beginning of igloo? But the sun came out. Guess what? Let's make a prediction. What do you think happened to the igloo when the sun came out? Think, think, think. I think the igloo melted because I see a puddle of water. Who will help me fix my box? She said. Let's make another prediction. Who do you think will help little I? Since we're reading my iBook, I think a person whose name or job begins with I. So think, think, think. On the cover, I saw an indigenous person, also called a Native American or an Indian. So I think an indigenous person or Indian helps little I. An Indian or indigenous person came by. I will help you fill your box, she said. The Indian or indigenous person found an Indian dress. Indian moccasins. Moccasins are shoes. What sound do you hear at the beginning of Indian or indigenous? Indian beads, an Indian drum, an Indian headband. Guess where they put the Indian things? Think, think, think. Where do you think they put the Indian things? That's right, in the box. Thank you, said little I. Now I will dress like an Indian. And she did. Inchworms, Indian or indigenous, iguana. What sound do you hear at the beginning of those words? More words with little I. So repeat after me. Insect. So an insect is an animal that has 6 legs and 3 body parts. They have a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Repeat after me. Ink, infant, imp. An imp is a little devilish creature. Inch. An inch is a unit of measurement. Inn. An inn is like a motel or a hotel. What sound do you hear at the beginning of those words? And what letter makes the sound at the beginning of those words? Correct, the letter I. Now it's time to draw and label. You can draw and label things that you saw in my iBook. Thank you. Bye.